is this? Am I live? Hope I am. Hope I am. Y'all hurry up. Come on, get in here. So I'm kind of pressed for time today. Y'all come on, get in here if you coming. Okay, this thing say I'm live. Okay, all right. What are we talking about today? Welcome back to Pills, Potions, and Poisons with me and NAllenRx. I'm a pharmacist. But I'm not here in a professional capacity. However, I do have expert level knowledge and information that I can share with you guys. But there is something I need you to keep in mind while you're here in the channel, in the chat. And what's that? I'm not your pharmacist. No matter what we discuss, I'm not your pharmacist. I'm not your pharmacist. What we talking about today? What everybody talking about today? We talking about P. Diddy himself. Oh my goodness. Yes, P. Diddy. I'm gonna do that. So, unless you've been hiding under a rock, then you already know what's going on with this trial and all these allegations of what's going on in the FOs. We done heard some things. Some of y'all probably really grossed out about it. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't down for that, but I mean, it's like, okay, everybody got their thing, you know. Cassie been on the stand. That's what we all talking about. Cassie being on the stand. That's what I'm here to talk about today. Cassie being on the stand. What did Cassie say? Cassie, she said that because of all of the what word can I use? Can y'all give me a word to use? What word can I use? All of the eggplant that she been having. I didn't mean to do eggplant. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do this. All the eggplant that she's been interacting with, she had developed mouth sores and frequent UTIs. She had infections that antibiotics couldn't even take care of. There were none left. I tell y'all this all the time. I say this all the time. Y'all, when y'all get these prescriptions for these antibiotics, y'all go to the dentist, y'all get amoxicillin. Your baby got an ear infection, you know. Some of y'all got chlamydia and gonorrhea. I'm just gonna go and say it since we're doing it right now. It's early. It's early. I tell y'all I'm pressed for time, so I gotta get to it, you know. So y'all get these antibiotics. What y'all do? Y'all supposed to be taking 3 times a day for 10 days. Y'all supposed to be taking, I don't know, 1 gram. You got 2 zithromycin, supposed to be taking them at once. Y'all calling me back talking about you throwing up. I'm like, was you throwing up when you was getting whatever you was getting? I'm just saying. And disclaimer to those of you who are new here, you know, we like to keep it real. And if you don't, I understand. So I want to tell y'all, I'm going to tell y'all something. Like, all of this really could have been avoided. We're going to get into it because I got to be quick today anyway, because I got something else I got to do later on. All of this really could have been avoided. And I've been thinking about this as my last stream. Y'all really need to start watching my stuff. I don't know why y'all don't watch it. Because I've been making predictions this whole damn time. I've been saying it. And I'll be like, I told y'all, this is what I think. I want y'all to start paying attention. Whenever y'all come watch my streams, especially if you're watching live, because we know this is filmed in front of a live chat audience, okay? If y'all watching me live and y'all see me go inside my head, because you're going to know when I'm in my head, I'm going to be like, And I do that, I'm finna come up with something real profound. I'm finna make some predictions. I'm going to be, you know, I'm finna tell y'all what it is. Before we get into the Cassie, you know, situations, you know, I know some of y'all gonna be a little bit it might upset y'all a little bit, y'all upset y'all's stomach. I don't know. I hear it and I don't, you know. I can deal with a lot of stuff. I can hear a lot of stuff. I don't like scary movies, but if they kind of gross and gruesome a little bit, somebody doing something real, little too freaky, I'm like, okay, that's on them. You know, that don't bother me as much as that kind of stuff. Now, Freddy Krueger, okay. But somebody like, you know, how can I say this? filling somebody's cup up. Say it like that. And scooping it out and wanting it rubbed on their chest. I'm like, ain't my dish. You know, it could be yours, Drizzle, not mine. But anyway, yes. So I said with the baby oil, I said this 7 months ago. Know how I know I said it 7 months ago? Because I said it on my stream. I said I was going to pull it up. Let me see if I can pull this up and let y'all see what I said. I said, I wonder. You know, was trying to figure out what was in the baby oil bottles, like 1,000 bottles of baby oil, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. I say, maybe he trying to fill up a hot tub or something like that. Y'all know how he was in that video with him and Biggie and one of his baby mamas that be wearing that blonde. She was on this, you know, before all of us, before me and Savannah James. Y'all know the wife of LeBron James. Y'all got a problem with this? Y'all go to her because she approves this, because she wears this. But anyway, she was on the blonde before all of us. She put Mary J. Blige on the blonde. When they was in the hot tub in that video, I said, maybe he trying to do something like that. Guess what? I'm watching Armand Wiggins because, you know, that's why I go to for my trial information, because he's in the courtroom. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all this too. I'm in a rush, so, you know, I got to keep up with what I'm saying. So I got 3 channels that I love that I go to for my trial coverage. Okay, none of them major news. Okay, but I will pull up major stuff, you know, major networks while I'm doing this, because, you know, I don't know if Armand want me sharing this stuff. He might want to get his own views. I get that. But number 1, and this is in order of how I like him. Number 1, Armand Wiggins. Shout out to Armand. He's probably on right now. He was. I was watching a little while. I was at the beauty shop today. Y'all know I come on every time I go get my hair done. Shout out to Tammy. Anyway, and Armand Wiggins, because I like the way Armand tell his stories. Armand, you going to feel what was going on. You going to be like, he going to be like, and Diddy and those girls. Oh, I just, you know, he going to tell us. We going to feel how they feel. And we gonna feel how he feels watching them. I like how he tells his stories like that. You know, he giving us the details, but he giving us, you know, all of the antics. He's giving us all of the animations. He's, you know, you see, he is all over his face. We love that. Shout out to him. My second channel I like to watch. This gonna catch y'all. This gonna be a curveball for some of y'all. Y'all don't know, because, you know, over here outside of YouTube, we gotta branch out. They got like 1 billion channels on YouTube, and y'all need to, like, you know, check out all of it. Okay. Stephanie Sue over on Rotten Mango. Shout out to Stephanie Sue, and that's SOO, and yes, she is that. The way Stephanie tell her story, she in the courtroom too. So I listen to Stephanie. Stephanie's gonna set the scene for us. She gonna say how she walked through the doors, and this is what the courtroom looked like. And the bleachers over here, we get this angle of Diddy. His hair is grand, but he doesn't look stiff. You know, every now and then he'll rub that knee that he had the bad knee. He has Brian still sitting to this side of him. That's how Stephanie gonna tell us her story. She gonna give us the details. She gonna set the scene. I love Stephanie. She number 2. Nobody asked me for my ranking, but I'm gonna give it anyway. And number three, these my top 3. Really, these my only 3. Third one gonna be Tisa Tells. I like Tisa. Tisa's gonna give us all the details, honey. And baby, listen to me. And Diddy, the prosecution, they did this today. There was a loss on this side. She's gonna tell it to us like we all, me, you, and her are sitting here in the living room. You know, she's telling us what happened in court today. That's how she's going to tell her stories. I like that from Tisa. So anyway, let me go back here and show y'all where I said this 7 months ago. What was in that baby oil. I mean, yeah, what he was using the baby oil for. Okay, I'm going to show y'all. All right, let me know if I have sound. Shout out to y'all that's coming in here to the chat. Yes, regulators. Count up. Okay, let's see. All right. Where I'm at. Okay, let me pull up full screen here. And this is me. I'm going to show y'all something. It's so funny. Also, this is a bad shot of me, okay? I did that to myself. Shout out to you, Christopher Williams. You was already on there. You be here. When I tell y'all, my people be riding for me, they ride for me. Shout out to you, Christopher Williams. So y'all let me know if I got sound. Y'all listen to what I had said and then tell me if I said what I had said, because I said it. This was from September of 2024. We just got confirmation on yesterday that this is what he was doing with it. Hold on, here we go. Yeah, like, what in the world could he have been using all that baby oil for? So of course, you know, I went straight to the adult, you know, entertainment, you know, type situation. And I was like, still though, that's a lot of baby oil to just be putting on some bodies. Then I heard, even though, according to Armand, according to Cassie, he wants more oil. He wants more oil, more oil. Like the bodies ain't slick enough. He really is putting it on their bodies. He's like, shine them up. Like I look shiny right now to myself. Diddy want some shinier than that. Okay, but anyway, let's go. Something else about, they were putting it on the floors just in case people try to leave. And, you know, I was like, that sounds like a bad comedy or some low budget film or something. See me, I'm thinking right here. This is me thinking something. So I know he ain't doing that. Then I was like, maybe he filling up a bathtub or something with it. You know, like on that video where him and Biggie and some women, they in a jacuzzi or in a tub or something. I was like, maybe he's trying to fill a tub up. And I was like, well, that's it. I just want to let y'all know I had said what I said. And when I say I said what I said, I mean that. I be meaning that. I be for real with that. So let's get into it. I'm gonna have to read off of another site to give y'all the recap, because I mean Armand, I gotta be able to see my own version, you know. So okay. And I was thinking about this too. Let me shout y'all out that's in the chat right now. Mr. CKB, what's up? He says, wowzers. I know this case is bonkers. Or are you saying it for something else? I don't even know, you know, whatever. He says, wowzers. I'm glad you were here. Now, I've been listening to all these other people, but I don't know this for sure. And you let me know. And anybody else who kind of got, you know, a grip on this whole thing. What they keep harping on, which is the FOs, right? And Cassie telling all these very detailed stories about how it went down and showing the hotel footage. But that's not what he's being charged for though, right? He hasn't been charged for, like, I mean, is that assault maybe? But is that what he's being charged for? And okay, before I get into this other part, Christopher Williams, thank you. Shout out to Christopher Williams. Y'all know Christopher Williams. He hits me with the $19.99, the $20 spot. You know, we love that. The money that flows. Thank you, Christopher. Thank you. Tell me, what do y'all think about this? Everything they talking about, it sounds bad. It sounds bad, you know. It sounds real bad to some of y'all. It sounds bad to me too, if I can be honest. I should have put a poll in here. Guilty, y'all think you're guilty or not. But everything they keep talking about, maybe they're going to tie it in as it goes along. But right now, it just seems like it just was some freaky stuff just going on. But was anything illegal? Because he ain't being charged with beating her up like that, is he? And from what I'm hearing and putting it together, it doesn't sound like it was trafficking. It sounds like just prostitution. And is he being charged for that? I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who getting points, who not, because, you know, we got to do a lot of hearsay because we ain't there. You know, we can't see it for ourselves and make our own judgments. But from what we're hearing, what do we think? Thank you, Christopher Williams. You laughing? Nina Simone. Y'all know Nina Simone. What's up, Nina Simone? She in the chat. Sun in the sky. She says, Armand is a good storyteller. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, Bob. He's like, doing all of this. He's giving us everything. I'm like, I'm in there. But what I like to listen to, the way they tell it, I feel like I'm sitting right there beside them in the courtroom. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's what happened. So what I think about it is, I was saying, you know, that Betty Wright song that I was singing on the last string. No pain. Y'all know that song? My baby and I are back together again. Loving is better than it's ever been. Sing it if you know it. If it weren't for the trials we've been through, I never have the courage to come back to you. Sing it if you know it. We're all entitled to make a mistake. You got to prepare for some heartbreak. I was earning my man while I was learning my man. Something you young girls might not understand. Okay? So this is what Betty Wright telling us. She was a lady of a certain age. And Betty Wright also was in the studio with Diddy during making of the band, doing voice lessons. She was in the studio. And the next, everybody know this part. There was an old lady sitting under a tree. She called me over. She said to me, my days left here may not be long. I wouldn't waste my time telling you nothing wrong. See, love is a flower. It needs the sun and the rain. A little bit of pleasure is worth a whole lot of pain. That's the answer right there. All of this, it would have been avoided. We wouldn't have heard nothing about none of this if he had just given Cassie something. She would have endured all this pain, all this. This is why she did it, for a little bit of pleasure. Y'all know about breadcrumbs. She needed something. He didn't give her nothing. You're like, oh, he took her to the Met Ball. She got clothes. He promised her an album, whatever. No, that's not what she wanted. She wanted what women want. It's like, well, he did Kim Porter the same way. He didn't do Kim like he did Cassie. I'm going to be honest. I wasn't there. I don't know this for a fact. But he didn't do her. He didn't do her like that. He didn't do Carisha like that. Carisha did what she wanted to do. But she could play with him like that because she wasn't in love with him. But she knew how to play the game with him. He liked that. He a Scorpio. He liked the dark side. She liked that. But he didn't give, and Kim, she got something. Kim got something. It was all in the news. He didn't marry Kim. He ain't gonna marry Kim Porter. He dating J-Lo. He cheating. He doing this. He everywhere. He all over everywhere. She got something though. Even though it did, it turned out the way it did with her, she got something. Actually, she got 3 somethings. Y'all know what those residuals are? She got some residuals. Is his name Christian King Kong, the one that looked his little twin? Jesse James and Delilah Starr. She got those. She didn't get a ring, but she got them. Something that was going to tie her to him forever, which was toxic on her and him. But she got something. That was a little bit of pleasure. She had them. Cassie, from what I'm hearing on the internet, what happened in court today, all this stuff. She's going on, setting up all these FOs, doing all this stuff because she wanted to make him happy. She was in love with him. I believe that she was in love with him. This dude told me one time he was supposed to be a friend of mine, which y'all, that's why I don't have no male friends. This dude ended up hating on me. He was great. It was weird. He was like, this dude doing all this because he knew the guy I was dating at the time too. We always kind of friends. He said, that guy thinks that's what he got to do to be with you. I said, he do. That's what he got to do to be with me. And I wouldn't. We had a good relationship until this friend got involved in it. But anyway, Cassie thinks that's what she got to do to be with him. So in her twisted mind, even though he probably is the one that twisted it, she thought doing this was gonna get her in good with him. That's what she thought. She would do a freak off. They would be in London. They would be in Spain. They would be in Los Angeles. They'd be in New York. They'll be in Atlanta. They'll be in, I don't know. They'll be in Greece. I don't know where they were, but they would be doing them. And then she said that would give her a chance to spend a little time with him. Like she would get some one-on-one time with him. I ain't mean to press that. I mean to press this. She was doing it because she thought that, that would give her some time with him. If they weren't at an event, you ain't really see them like that together. Like him and Carisha on the yacht, hanging out, having fun, partying and doing stuff like that. But Cassie was just going to events, and then she was, back in the closet like a blow-up doll. I'm gonna be honest. They was just making deposits in this girl, but she thought that's what she had to do to be with him. And after that, he beat her up. He like put her in these nasty situations. And then, like, what they said the next day was Father's Day, she sent him like a heartfelt note, like, you're a great man, and I'm proud of you. I look up to you. You're a great father. I hope one day we could have a child of our own. All he had to do was give her a little bit of pleasure. If he would have gave her one thing, he could have just gave her a ring and never even married her. He could have gave her a baby. Clearly, she pregnant right now. I'm going to say something about this, and people might not like what I got to say about that. Now, I just talked about another chick. Now, Cassie ain't completely innocent. And I ain't victim blaming, so don't even tell me I'm doing that, because I'm not doing that. But Elizabeth Holmes, trial. She had a trial. The chick I was just talking about. Y'all go look at my other streams. I'm going to make a playlist because y'all need to look at this stuff. It's good. It's really good. Anyway, this woman ain't never had a child in her life. Come up here pregnant. Had 2 babies during the trial. When they first started, she got pregnant. When she was getting ready to go for sentencing, pregnant again. She getting, turn herself in to start her sentence. She acting like she all breastfeeding, gotta do all this stuff. Right before they finna take her in. Now they even got some kind of breastfeeding section in the prison, but that's another story for another day. Y'all go back, look at the old string. But Cassie being pregnant right now, that's a stunt. I'm gonna just say this. How do that? How old is her youngest child right now? Because she got 2 kids right now. She seemed like she was done having kids to me. To be pregnant right now and big pregnant, 9 months, y'all. Say what you want to say. I'm going to be playing this, what I'm saying right now, again in the future when I come on another string. Because I'm like, 9 months in this month when the trial starts? How convenient. So when she started telling all this stuff about the golden showers and stuff, then it makes him look worse. It makes her look more innocent because now she's not that young, impressionable girl who was just in love with a man. She's a wife. And this is her 3rd child with her husband. Because y'all be out here judging. I'll tell y'all something crazy. Y'all know my situation. But somebody referred to me as a single mom the other day. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. This is so crazy. I was like, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so, yes. For y'all who in the chat, let me know. Put a yes in the chat if you think he guilty of something. He's guilty of something. Put no in the chat if you like, nah. Hey, this just, freaking. That's all this is. If y'all think that, let me know what y'all think about that. So let me pull this up. All right. I'm pressed for time, guys. I told y'all that already. Oh, I'm doing good. Okay, so let's go. Let's see how to do this. All right. Let's see. Yes, so I'm like just thinking to myself, all he had to do was give us some. That's all he had to do was give us some. That's it. But men, they don't, he ain't thinking. He want all the pleasure. He ain't handing out nothing but pain. It's like, this not gonna work out for you, buddy. I keep telling y'all, at some point, these women, they be like, you know what? He ain't giving me nothing. I'm gonna get out of here. Because she could deal with all that, you know, the work. I'm going to call it the work. As long as, you know, he was still giving us something. But it's like, dude, you know, now we doing these FOs and you ain't even hanging out with me afterwards. You go your way and then you send me home or you beat me up and then I gotta be by myself and I gotta be beat up and you ain't giving me nothing, man. You better give her a baby or give her something. Shut up. Instead, he started throwing eggplants in her mouth to shut her up. Okay, this is, you know, Diddy crazy, man. Man, people be wild. Okay, anyway. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna use NBC News, even though, you know, I'm gonna tell it like Armand. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Got to prepare for some heartbreak. I was earning my man. You got to earn these men. They've been telling y'all for years, women got to earn these men. But, and I don't think, I'm going to say this too. Y'all say what y'all want. I think that a lot of women don't mind earning their men, but it's like, God damn it, I done worked all day. I still ain't got paid. Cassie worked for 10 years. 11 years out of my life. Besides the kids, she ain't even have the kids. She ain't got nothing to show, y'all. Listen to me. I'm telling y'all. She ain't have nothing to show for them 10 years that she pretty much worked for free. Do y'all, I mean, because they say trafficking. Okay, whatever. That sounds like they was on vacation to me. But Diddy birthday today out the mind. Do with that information what you will. When I like, okay, let me get into the mind of a man like that. Let me get into the mind of a Scorpio. How deviant? Like, what can this be? Why is he doing this? He, you know, his imagination is wild. That's how I knew. I'm like, maybe he filling up a tub. Now, when they started going into that filling her cup up, I'm going to call it filling her cup up. And he, you know, all that other stuff he was doing with the residuals. Diddy is cool. You wild boy. What movie was that in? You wild boy. Oh, shoot. Hold on. All right, here we go. So this is what they saying. This is where we at so far. This is so boring, y'all. Hold on, let me find my cursor. I'm a, you know, do the best I can with this. Okay. And I'm gonna get into the details once we get to it. Hold on. Cause I'm like, bro, this is crazy. Can y'all see that? Okay, there we go. Okay. So what's going on with this? Cassie returned to the stand for more bombshell testimony as the government's highest profile witness in the trial against Sean Diddy Combs. Okay, his ex-girlfriend told the court she was frequently physically abused by the rap mogul, suffered multiple medical issues as a result of constant F-offs. F-Os. F-offs sound worse, don't it? The drug-fueled allegedly orchestrated by Combs and was blackmailed with the videos. She testified that he raped her in 2018. Ventura returns to the stand okay, they talking about tomorrow. This today. What we here talking about today? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. At the end of testimony, okay. What are they talking? Cross-examination. I'm gonna just tell y'all what I think. Hold on. Okay, this is what happened today. Let me go to this. Let me get this down. I got another screen over here. All right. What happened? Cassie? Oh, I know where I'll get it from. Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. She got the mouth sores. Okay. How can you get mouth sores? Where y'all think these mouth sores come from? Trauma. It comes from what? What, blunt force trauma? Y'all know what that is? Tell them what it is, Mr. KB. I'm not laughing at her. I'm just like, that's a nervous laugh. They say she even doing a nervous laugh on the stage. I mean, not on the stage, on the stand. She's even doing a nervous laugh. So, you know, she says she gonna always have a cut above her eye. I got a cut above my eye as well. This is from a wreck. Okay, I had an accident. I actually was involved in a hit and run accident, but somebody that I know was so crazy in the coincidence, like saw the person like hit me And then he got the license plate and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, that was that. I think I blacked out because I really don't even remember what happened. I also have another scar that's on my forehead. It's like a Harry Potter. It's been here since I was like 3 years old. You know, you be playing with older children when you're too little and they scratch you. So that's what happened. Nina Simone know who did that. You know who did this? I don't want to say her name. I owe her. I feel like I owe her. That was 40 years ago. Anyway, okay, hold on. Okay. Why is this going so slow? Okay, let's see. Hold on, y'all. I got it. I should use my IG logged out, man, because I feel like y'all be looking at my stuff. It don't matter. Hold on. Let me go to it. Where is it at? I cannot find what I'm looking for. I just had. Hold on, y'all. I'm on the shade room. Because that's where I had saw it at. That person look familiar. I be seeing these people online. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh. Hold on, let me look on my phone. Yeah. Why I pull this up. Let me see who else we got in chat. See, y'all, some movement up in here. Thank y'all for showing up. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Christopher Williams says, put P. Diddy with the Bill Cosby face. Okay. I could change the thumbnail after this. I might do that. I need to solicit some help. Okay. Christopher is also telling me to sing. I'm singing this Betty Wright. Because I'm like, this is no pain. No. I can't do that. Y'all hear my voice. I can't sing like that. Okay. He tells me I'm cooking. Christopher Williams hits me with another $9.99 to $10 spot. Y'all making it rain on me. Is that how Diddy was doing with Cassie? Cassie, like, sometimes I know y'all men ain't gonna believe this. Sometimes, listen to me. Y'all listen to me today. Sometimes some women, nice women, good women, sometimes they want you. They don't want the money. We want the money. We want the money. Now, don't get it twisted now. We don't want, what they say, we don't want no brokey. And, you know, you define what that is for yourself. You know, wealth is in the eye of the beholder, just like beauty and worth. Okay, whatever. Y'all know what I mean. But sometimes of course she like being with Diddy, you know. That's the whole allure. Just like Robert. I'm always gonna bring up Robert. Okay? Don't worry about that. But just like him, sometimes they want you. It ain't about the money. And how is it trafficking anyway if Cassie was working and she wasn't getting paid? I mean, I guess traffickers don't get traffickees. They don't get paid. Thank you, Christopher. He's Christopher. I said, put in the chat. I said, yes, if you think he's guilty of something. Or no, if you're like, nah, man, they reaching. It's a stretch. He just freaky. Yeah, you know, I said that. Christopher say he guilty. Christopher say he guilty. What did he say? Accountability has entered the chat. Welcome to the chat, Accountability. You come here already. You got to remember the rules of the channel. And hopefully y'all hit the like while y'all in here. I'm in a rush today. I told y'all I'm pressed for time. So we got to get all this in while we can, okay? Okay. He says, 1, I said, you need to listen. You need to listen. Y'all, thank you for entering the chat. He think he's guilty too. Okay. Nina say he guilty of something. He did something. Now, what he did, we don't know. We don't know what he did. But we finding out what he did. We finding it out. But he did something. RPG, what's up, RPG? He's me with the $10 spot. Rain down on me. Yeah, you know. Some women be for sale. Was Cassie for sale? I feel like he just took her though. Okay. People trying to say like, oh, she was young, right? When she got with him. When I was 19, I wouldn't date no 40-year-old man. I couldn't and I wouldn't. I just, and I ain't had no 30-year-old man because everybody talking about she was dating Ryan Leslie before she got with Diddy. I wasn't dating neither one of them. I just, when I was 19, I was dating a man that was 20. And I mean, do you call that a man? He's 20, 21. He ain't 30. Most young ladies, but she was in the industry. She ain't all innocent. I'm going to say this too. Even though you may start out in a situation where somebody has, pretty much more power, he's the one with all the power. He got the money. He a man. He older. He running it. He running you. Women are good at adjusting though. You can make adjustments. Now in here, you ruined. Okay, you ruined in here in your head. You're ruined in there, but you can figure out a way to get through your situation. Now she was on drugs too. All of this was an addiction. That lifestyle with him, the drugs, and him. She was addicted to him. She wanted him. I'm going to tell y'all something else. I ain't in the courtroom. I don't know this, not for sure. This is just me. But this is in the mind of a Scorpio. Shout out to RPG who on the screen, so we know. I'm going to tell y'all something that's going to be real crazy. It's going to be real crazy too early for me even talking like this. Why she up there telling them stories? They say Diddy like rocking back and forth in his seat. He like, oh man, whatever. He like hearing her tell the stories back about what happened. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. She want to say it in front of him for whatever reason. She wants to tell the stories back because what does what the room smell like have to do with the charges that's against him right now? Because them the kind of questions they asking. They asking that. They trying to gross everybody out, okay? And her husband's in there. I be like, don't ask me that. Some questions gonna be off limit. Like, what was it smelling like up in there? What you think? What did he say? Badusi? And okay, let me get back to how she's getting the UTIs. She's still doing the sessions. Even when Mother Nature comes, she still got to do all that, okay? All that stuff, all this bacteria, all of this extracurricular activities without a barrier in between you and this person. I said that too! Yeah! I said that too! Accountability, I'm glad you in here. Even though you said that ain't what you was talking about. This is what I was talking about, though. When you said you prefer to pay, remember you said that? You don't remember you said that. I know. People get short-term memory be messed up when people be bringing up other stuff like that. But we got the other string to prove it. You said you prefer to pay. But he wasn't saying like he paid for escorts or nothing like that. But he prefers to be in charge of the finances to me because you might be a little bossy. Now that I think about that. But anyway, I said, I imagine, let me get you down, RPG. And thank you. Thank you for the super chat. When I be talking like this, I know y'all. This is not reckless talk, but this is still, I be towing the line a little bit. Okay, I said, I imagine if someone is paying for a service that they want the full experience. I just said that last stream. And by that full experience, I mean, they don't want no barrier to come between you and them. And if in Diddy's case, I was right again, because they don't use that. He wants to make sure that the cup is full. He gonna check to see if the cup is full. And if it's not, you ain't gonna get paid. I said, so when I figure if there's money involved, you can't protect yourself with that. I was right. Man, if y'all want to know what's going to happen with the trial, let me keep talking on here about 30 more minutes. I'll be talking to y'all, and I'm going to come up with it all. I'm going to tell y'all what's going to happen. Then y'all watch me, and then y'all watch one of them other YouTubers I was telling y'all about the next day. Y'all going to be like, oh, my God, they said this, and then that. And I'm going to be like, I said that yesterday. I told y'all what was going to happen. I told y'all this how it went. I told y'all how the freakouts went on my pad, one of my old streams with Diddy on the cover. I said, I figured they give you the GHB first, and then they give you whatever else. And I'm like, and ketamine to help you forget. But this got the ecstasy in it, so that's how you can keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny, like that, you know. But you still got to recover. I figured the drugs is causing her to be dehydrated. That's why they got to get the IVs too. I'm going to tell y'all all this. As soon as I can find what I'm looking for. She dehydrated. She drugged up. She's still halfway high. She's drunk. She wore out. Y'all know what I mean when I say she wore out? I feel like we say that when I was growing up. She wore out. Okay? EB says yes. My glasses. Yes, I do believe he is guilty. Also, thought I'd mention that the topic of your commentating is interesting, engaging, and you don't need the clap track. I love the clap track, though. I love the clap track. I understand, though. You know, the clap track, you know, that's my part of being filmed in front of a live chat audience. Y'all live, but y'all ain't. You know, I know y'all want to applaud me, so I do it for you. You know, I pat myself on the back. I'm a score for y'all. I praise myself. Christopher says, in the settlement that she got from Diddy, would that interfere with her statement in court? I don't know. I don't think so. They ain't really had nothing to do with it. Yeah, she just tell the story just to be telling them. To me, because I'm like, what is that? What does the smell in the room and choking off of the golden shower, what they got to do with anything? What does that have to do with it? How is that proving trafficking? And when she said she was choking, she was laying down. Nobody was holding her down. Some of these other witnesses might have to tie it in for us because she wasn't, okay, when he was chasing her down, like trying to bring her back into the hotel room, that could be look like kidnapping. But they said the security who recorded the video, they said that, you know, after all this stuff was going on, I was like, well, just let her go ahead on. So she left. He was trying to keep her there. She got out. She left. She came back, though. She came back. She wanted him, though. She thought she wanted him. Sometimes you be thinking you want somebody, you know, you be like, okay, let me take a minute to think about this. RBG hits me with another 10 spot. Thank y'all for being here in the chat. Thank you. I get so distracted, and now I'm like, I'm going down the path. I'm like, I'm in the mind of Diddy right now. They like the fall of Diddy. I'm like the mind of Diddy. What is Diddy thinking right now? Diddy's like, what am I even doing here right now? I got her mink coats, bought her a car, got her mom and daddy a place. What are we even talking about right now? He could have avoided all this. He gave other people babies. He just had little baby love recently. That little baby, how old baby love is? Baby love like 2, maybe. He gave that other random chick who Carisha told her that she can make Diddy tell her to munch her carpet Let me get you down here, RPG. He gave her a baby. Did she have a baby? I know she got rid of some. Like plural. He gave her a baby. What? He gave Misa a baby. He gave Kim 3. He gave who? Who else he gave a baby to? Misa, Kim. Whoever the Chance mama is, he gave her a baby. Chance the same age as Jesse and Delilah. All he had to do was give her a baby. But he ain't like her though. He didn't want her. He didn't want her. I'm gonna say it. Yes, she's pretty. No, she can't sing. He didn't want her. He didn't want her. If he wanted her, he wouldn't have made her do all that stuff. She was never gonna be his wife. He ain't gonna make his main woman do all that. He ain't gonna make her do that. Not in my experience with men. They ain't gonna make you do, not you. This one is different. You know, I just don't. Everybody else they was doing halfway what they wanted to do. Carisha do what she wanted to do. He like Carisha. Y'all don't want to say he like Carisha over Cassie, but he did. Carisha ain't doing all that. Carisha volunteered for the shower because she likes that herself. But other than that, she wasn't having to do that. The ones he ain't want, the ones he was just like doing something, like making a production with, they have to, you know, they got to do that. Cassie was one of them. She was maybe a half a step above them because she get to go to the Met Gala and she get to be like acting like she's main girl. But she was just working for him like everybody else. Okay, y'all listening and y'all sniffing. Okay. Accountability has entered the chat. Yes, he has entered the chat. Scorpio, RPG. I ain't gonna tell you to tell him, but we in here. We know what Diddy thinking. He like, what else can we do? How far can we go? What limits can we push? What else? What else you gonna do? Just like I told y'all when Carisha, you know, this how I'm telling y'all. He didn't want Cassie, but she was there and she was desperate and she wanted him bad. And she just did whatever he told her. He promised her an album. She never got an album. They said that when she went in the studio, this is what I heard on the internet. So do what y'all want with it. That the mouth sores, she was having trouble laying down the tracks because of the mouth sores from all of the eggplant, y'all. He say, okay, get well, champ. He ain't want her. She put out not now album. Who got a little pleasure though? I told y'all Kim got the babies. She got 3 of them, right? Y'all know what Carisha got? Young Miami, what she got? She got that whole show, Carisha Please. He was on there. She told him, Cassie doesn't know how to deal with a man like that. She don't know how to deal with a man like him. Because she did whatever he said all the time. He like jump, you know, skip, lay down, get down. It's like, you can't do what they say all the time. You got to have a mind of your own. Now, not saying, you know, don't be a bitch. Because some of y'all you get whatever you deserve. I'm going to just say that. Some of y'all get whatever you need, what you're supposed to have, whatever that is. But you got to have limits for yourself. You got to have boundaries. I learned boundaries. Once upon a time when I was going to, Miles in marriage counseling for nothing, because I told Miles, like, this ain't going to do nothing, because people got to be honest and tell the truth, and they ain't going to do that. She suggested that I read this book, Boundaries. I read the book, Boundaries. I've been like, shoot, Boundaries set ever since. Y'all, shoot. Still a good book. You gotta have some kind of limit. Cause Risha ain't doing all that. She be like, bye, Diddy. He'll be calling her back. Hang up and you call right back. He'll be doing that with her. Because you gotta say no about some stuff, okay? I wish he'd ask his kids not to come to court. That is a lie. Yes. I don't want to know that about my daddy. I don't know. Whatever. I'm going to support you from a distance. I ain't even getting on the internet. I ain't looking at none of that. Okay, let me pull up what I was trying to give it. Because I got to go. Oh. Bro, why can't I find this? Okay, hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Told y'all I was pressed for time. Okay. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Y'all saw, I was gonna say plies. Y'all saw, which guy got stabbed 14 times? What is Misa Hilton doing on, now they doing the most right now. Okay, she said she got PTSD. I cannot find what I'm looking for. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. Let me pull this up. All right, thank you, Nina Simone. Christopher Williams says Stockholm Syndrome. Yep. Yes and no. I don't know. I don't know. Because, at this point, who even knows? Okay, so let's go here. All right, so this is what they said. Cassie reveals how she recovered from F-offs. Antibacterial didn't work anymore. She mean antibiotics. See, she ain't got the language. EB say they don't like that laugh track. It's like a cheering. It's more of a cheering, like a whoop, whoop, whoop. Like they used to do on, what's Arsenio Hall show? What's it called, Arsenio Hall? It's more like, it ain't really a laugh. It's like a cheering and clapping and support. Emotional support clap. Or emotional support heal. This is Bill Cosby, Christopher Williams. You said put Bill Cosby, what you call him, face on Bill Cosby. Okay, so let's go. Attorney Johnson asked Cassie to read text out loud. I have all these sores on my tongue. I had another UTI. When asked how she recovered from it, I take opiates. She meant opioids. I wanted to feel numb. We'd get massages, IV fluids. The chef would cook or something. How often did you take opiates after F-offs? Freakouts. Attorney Johnson asked. Often. I got urinary tract infections. Often. That's what she said. Okay. AUS Attorney General Johnson asked Cassie to detail urinary tract infections. Were the UTIs painful? Whoever had a UTI? Yeah. Very. Why they didn't tell her it's antibiotics? Antibacterial didn't work anymore, she replied. How did it feel during the FOs? Burning. You never know. She could be earning her man, learning her man. At the same time, burning her man. Sometimes it wasn't no UTI. I don't care what she say. Because they also said they were looking at everybody else's health records, but they wasn't looking at hers. Cassie's stuff ain't been brought up yet. Okay? Attorney Johnson asked Cassie to read the text out loud. Okay, we just read that. I have all these sores on my tongue. He asked her about that. She described a burning sensation. Okay, we just said that. Oh, burning sensation during FOs and sores in her mouth from oral SEX. What they saying in the comments? People saying, oh, they think he did this and that. Okay, well, you know, whatever. Ooh, y'all, let's go. Let's go. So, what the UTIs are? There's bacteria that's like built up in the urinary tract. Because your body has normal bacteria, right? Normal flora. If she was like holding her urine a long time, if she's having multiple encounters with multiple people and their bacteria making deposits and filling her cup up. RPG say, UTI? That's all? Sign me up. Hey. Okay. UTI versus herpes, which they allege she got anyway. Jonathan Odie said that. They said also, all these people, I got another stream too with Jonathan Odie on there. They say everything he said when he was like trying to rob Trump Towers or whatever he was doing, when they caught him and they act like they was going to put him in a mental institution, they say Cassie done confirm all of that. Now, I don't know if she confirmed the herpes part, because he said he got herpes from Cassie. But as far as him being there, as far as him having encounters and interactions with her, his name is being brought up in the court proceedings. That's what I'm going to say about that. So when she say the antibacterial, the antibiotics stop working, I keep telling y'all, when y'all get these prescriptions, take them like to completion. Take TAT. Take until all gone. Take until take them all. Don't be saving them for next time. You know who you are in the chat. Because next time you take it with whatever kind of infection, because it's different kind of infections that require different types of antibiotics. Y'all, I don't know if y'all know this or not. Y'all might. Because if you got a toothache, that might not be the same thing you need for if you got, I don't know, a cyst or a blackhead or something like that. You know, if you got that, or if you got a nail fungus, or if you got, I don't know. It depends. So you could be taking antibiotics that don't have nothing to do with this. It wasn't going to take care of you no way. It wasn't going to do it. But when you don't finish the medications, this infection that you have, it mutates. It becomes something bigger and better that is resistant to the last stuff you took. So if you can't take the penicillins, you pass that. You pass, I don't know, macrolides. You pass, that's like, you can't take a Z-Pack for it. You can't take doxycycline for it. You can't take metronidazole for it. You can't take Bactrim for the UTI or Macrobid for your UTI. You can't take Cipro for your UTI. You got a problem on your hands now. I'm gonna just tell you, because it's only a few classes of antibiotics, and once you pass them, you're effed. Okay. So she walking around here giving me UTI. I had a UTI before. That ain't nothing. Okay. That ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. But, you can take, Azole over the counter, whatever, but you can't hold your pee. And I'm gonna say pee. I feel like pee sounds nasty, but we already said some really pretty bad stuff on here, so I'm gonna just say pee. Your urine. Urine sounds better, but sometimes when you use a technical word, like if you say penis or vagina, sometimes that could sound worse than saying the nasty word to me. But anyway, so you got a UTI, you got blood in your urine, you got painful urination, and frequent urination. So I don't know how Well, she said it probably was smelling like pee up in there. Piss. I'm gonna say PISS. I'm gonna say piss. It was smelling like that up in there because you got the friction going on, and she already was having an urgency. She already, unless she was taking some drug that was like that would cause her to like cause restriction. I don't know everything she was taking, because if it was causing restriction, then she wouldn't be having the urge to urinate as much. But when you got a UTI, you keep feeling like you got to go to the bathroom and there don't be nothing coming out. No, men they have a prostate issue. When you have a UTI, you like, I got to feel like I got to keep going to the bathroom, but you don't really have to keep going. And you go in there and there'll be a little something come out. Or like I said, if it's real bad, you can see it. The infection, the white blood cells, you can see it. When I told y'all in the doctor's office, sometimes they can look at your sample under the microscope in the office. Your primary care doctor can do that. And they could see it. They be like, yeah, they got some E. coli up in here. We got some staph. They can see it, because I also have my minor in microbiology, but you can, the type of bacterial type of infection, you can, look at the shape of it and see it under the microscope. And that kind of helps you determine how to treat it as well. You like gram positive, gram negative. Okay, they help you determine what drug it is, what you need to do to treat it too. But if you got, some of them times, I'm telling you, I wasn't no UTI. Some of them times it was chlamydia. I don't care what she say. Y'all like, she having babies, she about, I would say she having C-section, but as long as they ain't coming out the burqa now, they don't hardly get nothing. They be all right. So yeah. Also, another thing I heard, I gotta go. Y'all see my phone keep going off. Another thing is she was saying that the body develops immunity. Not. You have some innate immunity. Okay, that's like stuff you born with, like that you have naturally. But that's why the white blood cells, if men don't really get UTIs like that. But a woman got the body trying to fight it off. So if you urinate and you like it's starting to kind of look a little cloudy, first of all, if it's cauliflower, well, then it's something else. If it's thick like that. But if it's just a little, that's really like the white cells in your body trying to fight off the infection. So that's innate immunity. So that's the body trying to do it as well. The body trying to fight it off. That's why, it's feeling like that, because the body trying to fight it off. You can have fever as well. That's a part of the immune response. But it just gets to a point you keep getting them, your body can't fight it off. You can't even take the medicine to fight it off. And you steady going back in. You going back in there. You ain't coming out the game. They need to give you a rest. Diddy only give her a rest if, she got a black eye. He don't want nobody to know what he been doing, It's like, you trying to embarrass me? It's like, how am I trying to embarrass you? You come out here with a black eye now, like you blacked your eye, dude. You did that. But is that what he on trial for? That's my thing. Also, I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to go and finish up. I'll be acting like I'm at church. I ain't going to hold y'all long. She said she was having GI issues, like gastrointestinal issues. I know one thing that she probably could have been having is constipation. Even though she was having UTIs, that ain't the same thing. And y'all grown, y'all to know something about anatomy. But if you take opioids, like she said she was taking after the FOs, if you take them over an extended period of time, everybody knows they cause constipation. She was just sick all around. She was constipated and dehydrated. And she probably was having fevers due to the UTIs and stuff. She was just sick and frail. And I'm sure she said that they would cook for them. He would have a chef prepare a meal for them. She wasn't eating. She was just unhealthy. RPG say, what? Take your time. Preach. Take your time, Pastor. Okay. But I'm about to close. I'm gonna do that. He said, I'm about to close one more time. But all this stuff she was dealing with, the medicine wasn't helping. It wasn't gonna help. Because I'm sure yeah, we got a whole nother thing I can go to. See, I would be going in today when I can't stay long because remember? Y'all remember? Y'all probably don't remember because y'all don't look at my stuff, but y'all should. That I had a stream and I said, Diddy probably was getting prescription drugs in Cassie's name, but getting prescriptions in her name. I had said he was probably getting them for him because I still think that he's hooked on drugs as well. All this is like fueled by addiction, in my opinion. You know, it's a stigma against addiction like it is for HIV. People don't, it's like, nah, he's like, he's an alcoholic. Like, oh, he always drinking. He's an alcoholic, this person is addicted to pills. She's an addict. She's hooked on this whole deal. All of this is an addiction, It's always being fueled by addiction. I thought that I had said in my hypothetical story that I made up about if Diddy was getting his prescriptions at the pharmacy where I work, I said that they were using some in her name because Diddy was trying to get an early refill. I'm sure he has a doctor where he can get him to write a legitimate prescription, but he couldn't get them probably as frequently as he would have liked. I said that some of those prescriptions might have been sent in Cassie's name. Especially, oh my God, I'm so right. I be right. I said, she didn't, prescription for what? And I said, he probably punch her or something and be like, okay, now she need a prescription. Write her a prescription. Y'all, I'm gonna make a playlist. And I'm gonna be like, I'm just entitled all the times I was right about Diddy a year ago. This might even be from 2 years ago. But he wasn't beating her up. He was doing that. And she was taking the opioids. Percocet. What's the one we always talking about? I keep getting into it with people I don't hear about. All of them take it. Everybody take it. Perk 30. Perk 30, she probably was taking them too. She said she was taking everything. She said she was taking Molly, GHB, MDMA, mushrooms, Xanbars, Percocet, Norco, which is hydrocodone. She said she's taking everything. Then she's getting IVs. She did all that. He just took advantage of her, y'all. I mean, that's what happened. And she thought that she was going to get a reward for, putting the time in and doing all that. He was never going to be with her, man. Not like that. Not the way she wanted. And it's so sad because he didn't give her nothing. She don't have nothing to show. But the bruises after all that time. You be like, don't let these men waste your good years? Okay. If you ain't really ready to give them up and earn them, some men make you learn the hard way. Did it, she really wasn't cut out for that. Because she did everything. Whatever you want her to do, she did it. And that's what she messed up at. Now she on here telling these stories on the internet, grossing everybody out. But anyway, y'all, it's been real. I gotta get out of here. Y'all know we having to pick up my roommate. Thank y'all for everybody who contributed to the chat tonight, financially, with your comments, with your presence, your time. Your time, y'all. Y'all know as always, LOVEYOU. I love you. I love y'all. Y'all know how it is. But till next time, I'm going to come back on here. I got another video. I'm going to put a video out tomorrow because I, feel like You know, if I'm in the teaching mode, I'm in teaching mode. Shout out to KT Pretty Brown Eyes. I don't know what she here in the chat tonight, but y'all already know. When my research team, they always come through. When I say they come through, she's like, here you go. I wasn't even at work today. I was sitting under the dryer. She said, here you go. Because I'm like, man, I got to get on here and talk about this Diddy. How can I talk about Diddy? Yes, and if Diddy was in my pharmacy, would I ring up his Cheetos? I would not ring up his Cheetos. His hot Cheetos. Specifically the hot ones. I ain't ringing them up. Okay? I would not. But shout out to KT Pretty Brown Eyes for giving me the inspiration and the topic of tonight's stream. And to everybody else, y'all know I love y'all. As always, what do I always say? These prescriptions, they keep piling up. These phones, they never stop ringing. I'm gonna see y'all back real soon, and y'all be on the lookout for my my videos. I'm gonna put some short videos out for y'all, cause y'all be needing to know all this stuff that I tell y'all. So y'all have a good night. I love y'all.